from from getting a phone call to, being on top of this crazy sport. And the more we talked about it, I didn't want to finish it all the way to where I am now, mainly because from 2010 to 2018 or 19, wasn't that much had happened. I mean, it was more just a battle of attrition. I had fighters leave me, and things like that. I got in trouble with the IRS. That's the only real interesting part of that is the IRS stuff. But and there's a lot of things in there too. I talk about what happened. I really haven't told anyone. I mean, very few people what actually happened, and how some of this stuff, some of the stuff I did. People would be surprised. I mean, I can tell some real quick. Like, for example, the IRS said I under reported my revenue. Well, part of that revenue they say I didn't report was about 8 to 10 $50,000 wires from Japan. Well, those wires aren't for me. I mean, what are they paying me for? Those are for the fighters. They go and fight, and Sengoku or whatever event we were in, and then 2 weeks later they wire me the money, and then I take my percentage and pay the fighter. Well, the IRS just would not believe that that wasn't my money. Well, the only way that I could prove that it was my money or wasn't my money would be to show them the checks that I wrote to the fighters, and I could have taken that off. But if I do that, I know a lot of those fighters didn't claim that money because it came from Japan. It was kind of unseen, and so I had to make that decision. Do I prove that this isn't my money, or do I protect the fighters and make sure that they don't get in all kinds of trouble? And so I decided just to eat it, and I ended up paying taxes on my fighters' money. It's because I had to claim it as my money.
Now, how did that work? Does the IRS send you a letter saying congratulations, we're going to look into your finances, or
No,
how did that happen?
Well, I was behind because when I worked for M1 Global, I was an employee. They paid me biweekly automatic deposit, but they withheld all the taxes and everything. And then when I tried to get my W-2s, they wouldn't give them to me. And then they tried to say, "Oh no, you're an independent